She loves it. I don't want to get copyrighted, so we're going to have to see how long we can keep this song in the video. Okay, so that's pretty good. Welcome back to another episode of the Naturals Pod with your boy, Uncle Kyle. Let's get into it. Welcome to this episode of the Naturals Pod. As always, I'm Uncle Kyle. Today, we have a very special guest, a relatively new face in the Vegas comedy scene. She hails from the beautiful state of Hawaii. Let's go. Welcome to the show, Jodi K, a.k.a. Jodi from The Rock.
Thank you. Mahalo. I appreciate it, Kyle. And everybody out there in Vegas. Aloha. Howdy.
Which I knew meant thank you before you put it in parentheses behind it. Bless you. You have to educate the white people and make sure that they know what other words mean.
Yes, we have to educate our howlies. Those are our white folks. But I'm what we call Hapa Haole. Half white. Hapa is half, and then Haole is white. So I come in peace. I am part of you. And that being said, are you single? Are you taken? Or just want to get that out of the way? Are you eligible? Are you taken?
I am always eligible, but I'm super single. I have been single for years now.
Okay.
I'm borderline asexual at this point. I got to be honest with you.
You've just like given up. You're like, whatever. Either way, either. You know what? There's like a part of me inside of me that wants to be like a matchmaker. And then there's another part of me that wants to be like a murder interrogation investigator. But I like love. I love to see people love. So
don't match me up with a murderer. If that's what that was kind of like leading up to, is like I like to create murderous situations so I can be a detective in them. But I don't mind a setup. Like,
it's part of the guarantee. I won't match you up with somebody that's going to kill you or you get your money back unless they kill you.
Okay. Fair enough.
I can get you laid though. So I wanted to give you something. I'm married, but aloha. So I wanted to give this.
Laid with the necklace. I love it. I gotta be honest with you. Oh, hold on. I feel like I'm being crowned.
Single but not forgotten.
Yeah. Still here. I knew
there you go.
What you were doing before you did it, but that's also because I am born and raised in Las Vegas, and in Las Vegas, we have a very strong Hawaiian community. I believe Las Vegas is referred to as the ninth island. So,
it is.
Shout out to my Hawaiian people in Vegas. I feel like it's a lot less expensive living here for the moment than it is in Hawaii. So,
absolutely. Yes, it is. I miss my home all the time. And yes, I hear the reference, the ninth island, which is interesting because the population of the Hawaiians are here. The culture, I can't say so much, although some of it's coming here because of they're here, but like it's like the ocean and the desert. So I'm like a fish out of water. I miss the water.
Yeah, I am not an ocean person. I noticed on your Instagram that you have done surfing. Did you surf competitively?
Yes, I was a professional stand-up paddleboard surfer. So like I surf waves on paddleboards.
Oh, okay.
And such.
Are you paddling as the wave is like rocketing you forward? I don't like that. I don't like water. Water is dangerous.
I know.
It hurts.
It is. But that's part of the excitement, you know? Like you could die doing something you actually love. So
yeah. Okay. I mean, I respect that. For me, it's not water. Just have to be honest. For me, it would probably be more electrically based just because of my job, but I've had horrible experiences in the ocean. The ocean has humbled me swiftly many times, and I did not enjoy that. So I would just stay in the desert. I stay in my lane.
Yeah. I totally feel you, and that is wise of you because in Hawaii, what we call people that are out there in the water, surfing, doing all the things they shouldn't be doing, putting themselves and others in danger, we call them kooks. So it's better to, stay in your lane than end up surfing or getting punched in the face by a local guy or getting a surfboard cracked in your face or getting
I definitely don't want that. Is
eaten
that
by
like
a shark.
real?
Yeah.
I've seen
real.
that in movies, but it's like the locals only type shit where like if you're not from there, then there's certain places that you don't get to go.
Have you seen the movie North Shore?
I think so. No.
Well, you got to rewatch it. North Shore. It's basically like a living legend, and it's pretty true. Yeah. I was the Hawaiian girl that would always be dating like haole guys and like pissing the Hawaiians off.
So there's like a lot of guys that got beat up on your behalf.
Yeah. A lot of
Poor
them.
fellas.
All white guys. They all got beat up. But for me, so I appreciated it.
Okay.
Yeah. I know a strange transition, but crazy things about the ocean. I respect it. I love it. I miss it dearly. But even though I'm out here in the desert on the 9th island, I find my way back to the water. I've made it to Lake Mead, Lake Las Vegas, to the Colorado River.
They're like kind of gross and dirty.
They
we don't have
are.
any nice bodies of water near us. Like,
But they're beautiful still. So I try to find the water to stay balanced. I haven't found any bodies floating in barrels yet, but it's been pretty.
They have concrete shoes attached to their feet.
It's been pretty though. Honestly, there's a few places out here in Vegas that like, I don't know, kind of off the beaten path, and I like that because I'm still a country girl at heart, even though I'm out here in the city. So when I do my comedy, that's one of the only times that I really get to open up to people, because otherwise I'm kind of just taking it all in, you know what I'm saying? But then I get on the stage, it's like therapy. All of a sudden I could like say what's really on my mind.
Yeah, you have a great energy. I love it. I've talked about this quite a bit recently. I dabbled a bit trying to do stand-up. In general, I feel like I'm a pretty funny guy. I feel like the two are not like mute or exclusive to one another. Like, you don't have to be a comedian to be funny, and some comedians aren't funny, you know what I'm saying? Like, it goes both ways. But yeah, I tried it. It's not for me. Like, this is the shit that I want to do. But I respect it. It's tough, like, getting on stage. And, like, I feel like part of that is when you come out there, like, high energy, people are more likely to pay attention. You know, like, you have them right from the beginning, and then it's your job to keep them.
Yeah, I always try to bring it, you know, bring my little game face. I used to be an athlete, and so like before you go playing a game, your heart's pumping, you're fucking nervous, and you're like, oh my gosh, like everybody's just like basically here to judge me.
You're ready to go.
Yeah, but it's like game time, so you just turn it on and you get out there.
What's your walkout song? If you had to have, like, whether you were like wrestling or fighting in the UFC or whatever, a walkout song, period. What's going to be your go-to?
Damn, that's
song?
a great question. Right now, I mean, there's a few that I really like, but the $1 Million Baby song, you know.
Oh no. It finally went away, but there are things that just stay in the algorithm for the long. Have you seen the video of him performing that live?
No.
It sounds weird without like the heavy backing track. Here, let me see if I can look it up.
Yeah.
Without like the backing track to really make it sound good, and like, you know, he probably gets auto-tuned a little bit. It just it sounds weird. But I would hear that so many times every day, because it's like with doing the podcast, I'm on social media and YouTube so much. Definitely in the fucking 99th percentile of human beings on the planet that consume the internet because of this podcast. But I would hear that song so much, and there's certain things that you grow to hate. Like, do you like Jelly Roll? Jelly Roll?
Yes,
Okay.
I do. Are you over Jelly Roll too?
I don't, but it's because his music has just been hammered into my brain
Right.
so much.
You've been inundated with it.
I'm sick of it.
All right.
I'm sick of it. All right, here we go. Boom. $1 Million Baby.
Represent.
I know you're excited for this. Oh, he did Kimmel Live. Well, let's click that one. Why not? Ooh, is that super loud? Okay.
Si, senor.
Oh, my apologies. How's that? Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. We're here. There's one where it's probably like a paid appearance that he was doing the song. This is like guarantee going to be better. She loves it. I don't want to get copyrighted, so we're going to have to see how long we can keep this song in the video. Okay, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that. The other song I really like, if I had an intro song, I have no idea what they're saying, but I fucking love the catch. It's like, I fucking love that song. I could listen to it all day. I have no idea who sings it or what he or she is saying, but I love it.
You gotta have that app. Fuck, I forgot what it was called.
You know the
but
song.
It was what I don't.
You know what I'm talking
You
about,
didn't have
though.
a single word of the lyrics in there for me to give me any fucking clues. Like, I don't know. Is it the same guy?
No, it's
All
a
right,
girl.
we're never gonna figure it out.
It's you don't know that one? Yeah, one of those two.
I'm glad that I missed out on that one.
No worries.
My God, I need to know.
Yeah, but actually getting up there and doing stand-up comedy, it's been something that's so good for me. I've been doing like acting and all that stuff, modeling. I was an athlete. But I've done improv. Then I started doing stand-up a few years ago. It takes big balls, Kyle. And I got them.
Okay.
They're huge.
Did you do like improv classes and do a performance with other people and all that stuff? I'm not.
Yes.
I'm not hating on it. I'm not a big improv guy. I think it's a little cheesy.
Yeah, it's just a good way to practice, because if you could get used to like saying things that you don't even know are coming, then when you're actually doing stand-up comedy and you get into the writing part of it and the creative process and the bringing in everyday things into your actual set, it's actually, they kind of go hand in hand.
I respect it.
It's beautiful. It's
And
really scary.
You're not the first person to mention improv to me, so clearly there's quite a bit of truth in that.
Yeah, I was actually a graduate and a student of the Second City Improv in Los Angeles on Melrose. And, you know, it was a great experience. And it led me to a few jobs out there in LA. The coolest one was working on this show with Chelsea Handler. And it was called Girls Behaving Badly.
Okay.
And we all just ran around LA and fancy places and played pranks on unsuspecting people.
So it was a reality TV type show?
Yeah, and it was like before reality TV was like a big deal. So it was like, you know,
okay,
pre-Chelsea blowing up, but it was like one of the coolest shows that came out of like my comedy, you know, experiences in Los Angeles. Other than that, it was just a bunch of modeling with like anorexic people and clout chasers.
I don't know. I feel like the meta has kind of changed. Like I feel like the world is I don't know, I guess we could say finally embracing a thick, healthy woman. I always have, forever and into eternity.
Yes.
I've been a fan from day one.
I could see it in your eyes. You just really perked up right there.
Are they glistening? Are they sparkling?
They're so pretty. Yes. All women are beautiful. And when I said it was just modeling with anorexic people, no offense to anorexic people, because that's not a joke.
Yeah, no, we're not slamming anybody with eating disorders. I apologize. I have my own problems. It's a laugh of familiarity and empathy because we're all going through it. But yeah, no, of course not.
Yes, but women are now being embraced, every shape, every form, every woman. And I love that, because at the time when I was modeling, which was like 10,000 years ago, even though I look like I'm like so young, like a little baby, everybody was like being pushed towards, you know, starving yourself and eating less and getting thinner and fitting into this little mold, which is like a 0 or a 2. And,
which is terrible.
Yeah, that's not very realistic.
I remember that shit when I was back in high school. Did I tell you how old I am? Did you ask me how old I am?
No.
How old do you think I am? This is a little game that
I
we
love
do.
that.
Like,
if I had to guess, and I certainly don't know the answer, 33.
Okay. All right. So you gave me a couple years. I appreciate that. I am 35.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I was good.
You were pretty close.
Oh,
I told you, I
35.
moisturize. Like, I take
Okay.
care of this. So
Okay.
I was told recently.
You do got a little baby face.
I do. But also I need the beard. Like, it accentuates the face, so it's got to stay. But I also got told by somebody recently that I looked like I was in my 20s. And I got to tell you, God damn it, that felt amazing. That put a spring in my step for the rest of my day. I was like, yes. Like,
it wasn't a stripper in a gentleman's club, was it?
it was a man, and I was at work. I work in construction. This was another construction man who asked me how old I was. And I told him, and he goes, oh, I would have guessed you were 10 years younger. And I'm like, that's a great fucking compliment, and I appreciate that. It does happen.
Bless his heart. No, you do look like a baby. Now let's play a game, you and I.
Okay.
We'll play another game. Do you think that I'm older or younger than you if you're 35?
Okay, so respectfully...
Do you know how old I am already?
No, I do not.
Okay,
but
good.
Respectfully, just because you were coming on and I like to have a certain familiarity with the guests and we have a better conversation that way. There's nothing creepy going on.
You've stalked me online, haven't you?
Lightly. But I'm fairly certain that you're older than me. By how much, I really wouldn't want you to make me guess because
it's just a game. Don't you want to play?
Are you asking me to guess?
You just think older than 35? Mm-hmm. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Very rude.
No, not at all.
No, I'm just kidding. I am older than 35. And most people think I'm younger, which I take as a compliment. I'm not going to say how old I am, but I'm older than 35. So I do have a few experiences under my little wing.
You see, that's why I'm glad I didn't guess. I don't mean to offend. You look great. You came in a whole outfit. Like, you could be in that Beyonce video. What the hell was the name of that song that she came out with? Texas Hold'em. Yeah. Do you not know the lyrics to that one either? No.
I don't know. Yeah. Love Beyonce too. I mean, shit.
Shout out to Beyonce. We don't remember your lyrics, but we remember the rhythm and the spirit of your song. Thank you so much. Shout out to the Beehive, whatever you call it.
I love you, Beyonce. Always have, always will. No, thank you. Yeah, I'm getting up there, but I'm so grateful to actually still be here the older I get. Not very funny at all, but the more people that you see die, the more people aren't as healthy, the more people that you see maybe didn't make it as far as you did or as long as you thought they would. Nope. So, living this life like it's golden.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty open and transparent about my feelings and the way life is going in general. But like for the most part, I like to maintain a certain gratefulness, because my life isn't that bad. A lot of the, personal problems, depression, shit I deal with, I'm not alone. There's many people out there that deal with the same things, but it's like, it's like either you got two choices. You either give up or you keep going. I'm always going to keep going. So
that's right. I like that spirit. I feel the same in that regard. Been through a lot in a humbling way, almost died a few times and been in domestic relationships that were pretty bad to the point where I would tell people, hey, if I die, he's the one that did it. And just going through things with myself, my son, my life, having to start over, but always getting up and doing it. So it's not in a like, oh, poor me kind of way. It's a kind of look how strong I am kind of way.
Absolutely.
And I got the eye of the motherfucking tiger kind of way. I'm not like a survivor. I'm thriving, so I'm grateful for that. So comedy is part of that. And at this point in my life, I didn't even know I was still going to be here. So while I'm here, I'm going to do something that I'm actually passionate about.
Make it fucking count. Do it.
Yeah. I'm really glad that you're doing this because this is a great forum for you. It's a great forum for me. Like, you got to go where you're actually called and be brave enough to do it. Have the balls to do it.
No.
Yeah. One of my gifts, not only having huge balls, Kyle, but
you can't see them. They're tucked, or they're metaphorical balls.
Right. Sometimes people are like, does she really have balls? Just inside my soul. But being able to make people laugh, being able to love people, that's actually like one of my gifts. So I'm trying to embrace that and I'm putting it out there. And so far it's been received very well out here in Vegas.
I agree. I feel that I feel like I'm the same way to a certain degree. That's how my mother was. So good on you. The world is an ugly place, and it'll get you down, and it'll make you feel like, man, why do things suck so bad? But it's like
you got to see the light, the silver lining, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of seeing a silver lining, and I know this is fucked up, but we do all have problems, and when I have problems, I try to turn things that hurt me into things that I could actually laugh about. So one of those things that actually hurts me is that I am an AO. I'm actually an adult orphan.
You had mentioned that in the pre-pod interview, and I'm not familiar with the term, so please elaborate.
So there's kids that are orphans, which are just normal orphans. I wouldn't call them NOs, but like actual orphans without parents. I know it sounds weird. Sure. Not to be confused with a bastard, which is, I think, a term from the past.
God, have you ever seen that movie There Will Be Blood with Daniel Day-Lewis?
No, but it sounds gnarly.
It's a historical piece, but I'm going to put it up right here. A bastard in a basket. Every time I hear the word bastard, it makes me think of that.
Yeah, so I'm not a bastard.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Never.
Have you ever seen the movie Bastard Out of Carolina?
No, that one doesn't ring a bell. Who's in it?
A little bastard child. No. I told you I'm not a bastard. I'm an adult orphan. Anyhow,
I mean, you could play one. You said you're an actress, so acting.
No, in all actuality, my father passed away when I was younger. No laughing matter. I was in my 20s at the time. Didn't have the best relationship with him, but then when he passed, kind of, I lost one, and I'm not going to have the opportunity to have that relationship ever again. And my mom is still here, but we have an estranged relationship, so we don't speak to each other at all. So I just feel like I don't have any parents, and that's why I call my husband my daddy.
Hello, daddy. Hi. He's gonna be like, this fucking weirdo.
It's super fucking sad, but you just gotta make jokes out of it, Like, I definitely have daddy issues, but I kind of am having mommy issues now. I don't know if I'm gonna need to like have some kind of a female role model or replacement. I'm an adult now, but I just miss having parents. I'm an adult orphan.
If you'd like to be Jodi's mommy, daddy position is filled. Please contact us either on her social media page, which I'll put up here, or email me, link in description. Thank you so much.
Adult woman seeking mommy. Yeah. So I don't have really any parents. I have my in-laws, which are wonderful people. I absolutely love my in-laws, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't have any parents, Kyle.
So I had parents. Sorry.
I know, it's a weird position to be in when people talk about their moms and dads. I'm like, I don't have a mom or a dad.
But the thing is, like, I'm just so grateful. I had great parents. My mother unfortunately passed.
I'm very sorry.
In 2021. God rest her soul. And I still have my dad, and we're very close. I love my parents. So when I hear people say that, it breaks my heart, because my mother also, she had a difficult relationship with her parents. They both had their issues. Mm-hmm. She had to essentially raise herself from a very young age. And it's just like, that is not something that I'm familiar with, because I just had these two people that have constantly supported me throughout my life.
And that's beautiful. So I'm glad that you have that relationship with your parents. And I love seeing people with like a mom and a dad, or even either or two moms and two dads. If they're gay, good for them, I just wish I had... We don't
discriminate here, parents of all interminglings.
I just wish I had one sometimes.
Well, that's understandable.
Yeah. Will you be my mommy?
I will not. I do not have tits.
It's not about the tits, Kyle.
I could be an emotional mommy. I'm pretty emotionally supportive. I'm also a man, a manly man. But yeah, I mean,
anyways,
also,
I'm surviving though. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm a mom now.
Yeah.
So all I can do is give my son the love that I wish that I had from my mother. And if she's out there somewhere, I love you, Mom. I hope that we can have a relationship again one day. And I know this will make you mad, but I still love you.
I'm going to send it to you. Hello, Mom. Hello, Mommy.
Yeah, I miss my mom sometimes.
But also, I feel like in life, because we don't have, I don't have like a big extended family, and a lot of them I'm just not really close with. Like I don't even think they really know that this exists.
They're like, we didn't know that you had a podcast, Kyle.
Possibly. But, I have friends and like people that I've met throughout my life, and there's relationships that you develop and they become closer to you than family. And I feel like those are equally as important.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm super happy because I have those kinds of people in my life. I have a super supportive son. He's actually very funny himself. He's 12 years old and he's hilarious. And then I have my husband who's great. And it's my second husband. My first husband was the one that wasn't good to me. He didn't treat me well as a woman, and women don't deserve that. I didn't deserve that, but this one is the one. So he's very supportive. He supports my comedy. He's a retired professional baseball player, so I get a lot of questions about him and his career.
Are we doxing your husband? What's his name?
I don't want to use his name because...
Name redacted. You don't get to know, okay?
Because then everybody's like, oh my gosh, your husband played pro baseball. What team did he play for? Who's the best players he played with?
I am not a big baseball guy. Mm-hmm. So even if you told me his name, I probably wouldn't know it. No worries. That is dope. And it's kind of cool because I feel like I have had... like a kind of a close celebrity encounter, because I remember one of the times I saw you perform at Manic Monday. Shout out to Manic at the Huntridge.
Hey, Manic.
He was there, and you were kind of playing to him as part of your set, and it was great. I loved it.
Yeah, it's fun. He's really kind of lighthearted about it, and it's funny. But he's a white guy. I get to joke about dating white guys and being in an interracial relationship, and all the street cred that he gets for having a sister that's 6 feet tall. He must just have a big dick. It happens all the time. But I'm like, why isn't anybody running up to me? Like, oh my gosh, Jodi, you're dating a white guy? I bet you're like mad organized, girl. Or, oh my gosh, you're dating a white guy, Jodi? Like, I bet you got a juicy ass kitty. Nobody's running up to me.
I mean... but if you love him, then that's like kind of a great little perk that he gets. I know, everybody it's cool. Thinks he has a giant hog. I mean,
he gets all the street cred. All the street cred. Why. No, it's true. But yeah, so we get to joke about stuff, and it's a lot of fun. And people are always like, "So who is he?" And I'm like, "He'll sign your balls after the game." Okay, this is my show. But I'm super proud of him, and he's amazing.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, so speaking of professional sports, we have a light beef going on here. You don't know about it. You walked into it. Okay. This is a Denver Broncos household, ma'am.
Okay.
I'll have you know. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. We've got championship rings.
Okay.
I've been alive for them.
Oh wow.
We're going to beat you at least one game this year. I'm calling it right now.
Whatever my team is, you're going to beat
the Chiefs, me? Right? You're a Chiefs fan, right?
Why would you assume?
I was being creepy and looking on your fucking Instagram. So there's no assumptions here. I saw that there's clear Chief fandom.
What a stalker you are. I'm flattered.
I like to know about my guests. All of whom are still living. This isn't like some strange...
He's only a stage 3 stalker, not a stage 4, so we're good. No, Chiefs fan?
Not the dangerous
Sure,
kind.
But if you really want me to piss people off, I just like seeing Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift at the games because I get excited.
No!
I love you, Taylor.
That was another internet thing. Are you a Swiftie?
I love them both. Absolutely.
Oh my God.
I know.
Did you go to the Eras tour?
I don't go to the concerts because I don't want to be where everybody is. I just want to hang out with her and Travis after private at the after party at the hotel room.
Taylor Swift and or Travis Kelce, if you're watching this, Jodi would like to hang out with you. So if you're ever in Las Vegas, give us a little ring-a-ding-ding and we'll make that happen.
Oh, yeah.
Hell
yeah.
Okay.
I'll come alone or I'll bring my man. We could do the double date thing. I'll come alone, whatever you guys want to do. I got a free pass that night. It's all good.
Is that the celebrity hall pass?
I got a couple.
Is it a combo thing? Because we had another guest, her name's Molly Stewart, and she said that her celebrity crush would be Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, but only Ryan Reynolds can only watch. He doesn't get to be involved.
Cool. I like that. What was her name? Molly?
Molly
Hi,
Stewart.
Molly. I like that. Great choices. Hall pass. Oh, wow. Well, if you must know, because I'm married, we're more into like, when I say we, I mean me or we, into like women. But if there was a guy or a couple, yeah, Taylor Swift and Travis.
Okay.
And if there was one guy, it would be a dead guy. But I would still do it if I could get a ghost hall pass. And that's Paul Walker. If he came down, it would be on. And my husband knows that.
Why?
What do you mean,
Paul
why?
Walker?
It's Paul Walker. Why wouldn't I? I'd be fast, furious, and it would be on. And yes, he knows that. No disrespect.
I liked him up to a certain point, but have you not heard of all the like creepy shit? Like he had a very young teenage girlfriend and...
Sorry, I don't want to know his past. I'm just
okay.
looking at him for
like,
face value.
Nope. I love you, Paul.
It's kind of like a no strings attached
Okay.
thing. Yeah. How about you? If you had
Shout out to the Fast and Furious movies. They've done like way too many of those.
But rest in love to
many.
Paul. Miss you, Paul. Who would be your hall pass? I mean, you don't need one because you're single, but who's your celebrity crush?
Yeah, I can fuck whoever I want to. I don't have any restrictions. I mean, the only thing stopping me is their willingness to let me fuck them. So, like, you know.
Who's your faves out there? Who are the hotties out there? I'll let you know what I think too. We'll play a game.
No, I mean, I'm pretty easy.
Easy.
I'm not picky.
He doesn't have too many restrictions.
If you're attractive, then fucking thumbs up.
I hear the hotter a girl is, the crazier she is. So is that okay if she's like smoking hot, but she's like crazy?
No. Why do you think I've been fucking single for so long? I had the crazy ones. They're great for certain things, but for like lifestyle and like, you know, your sanity, not so much.
Right. Right. Just asking because, you know, the matchmaking thing.
No.
Love the love. And it's not just because I'm a voyeur. I actually love hooking people up.
Okay. I mean, shit. Like I said, I'm down for a hookup. If you got somebody that you think there's a match and is up for the ride, then sure, you know. But
I know a lot of very nice people out there.
All right. Well, we'll see if we can set something up. But like, okay, so you said something that reminded me. Have you ever seen? There was this show on Hulu. It was called The Act. It was about this girl.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Oh, so you do know what I'm talking about.
Obsessed.
Are you?
I told you I'm half white. I'm into a lot of random shit out there.
Are you following her internet saga right now? She had the husband she was married to in prison.
Ryan Anderson. Oh, I know all that shit. I'm obsessed.
Dumped his ass.
Oh, yeah.
Now she's got the new guy, and they're having a baby. Does she have like a gold tooth or something on the one side?
Her mother, if you guys aren't familiar with Gypsy Rose Blanchard, like tortured her as a child basically and pulled her teeth out and made her take medicine.
That show was disturbing.
Yeah, and then she ended up killing her mother. I'm sure most people know that.
Well,
but yeah.
no. The boyfriend was the guy that did it, but she was involved.
Right. She convinced a guy with a really low IQ to kill her mother. Which is fucked up.
So not murderer, just like murder adjacent.
Right. But she's out now. And yeah, she's pregnant. And that's ironic that you bring that up because out here in Vegas, I mean, it's a big, small city. But
Vegas, the big, small city. We're going to make that the new slogan.
At my other undercover job, because I don't want everyone to know where I work, because I don't want them to come bombard me.
You don't get to know.
There's this girl, and she looks just like Gypsy Rose. So every time we're working, people are always like, oh my gosh, you work with Gypsy Rose. And they're like, Gypsy, is that you? is that you? And she like literally looks just like her. It's crazy.
Slightly autistic from having a sadistic mother who medicated her and had operations performed and all kinds of crazy. That is so hilarious because I had that on deck to talk about because I think it's so funny. Like people,
I love that.
Fuck, my algorithm.
I'm obsessed.
So
I'm on a high
weird.
right now. Can I just say one thing? I want to say something. I'm on a high right now. The D is fire. Woo! Free Gypsy.
Didn't she call Ken a Chad at one point on social media?
And I don't know why I'm obsessed with it. It's probably because I like stupid reality shows sometimes. Like, and then she was on Love After Lockup, but it's like, it's very interesting, you know? It's very interesting.
This is why America is such a great and simultaneously frightening place, is that you could murder your mother or facilitate the murder of your mother, go to prison for a while, get out, and then you're just set up. You got a reality TV deal. The social media's popping. You are good to go.
I know. America the beautiful. What a country, huh?
It's a risk reward type thing. Like you gotta,
I feel bad for her though. She's been through a lot. Everybody's always scrutinizing her. And you know, the bigger you get, the more people always have their opinions and whatnot. So I do feel a level of sympathy and empathy for her as well.
Okay. And that's human. And we love that. But also you gotta admit, if you were like interacting with her on a regular basis or living with her, that's essentially a murderer. Like, are you like on guard or worried? Like, man, I better not piss her off because she might just
definitely got to sleep with your one eye open, if not two, every night. Watch your back and your front. But you know, hey, it is what it is. It's okay.
Oh,
I don't know how that started.
I love that you're into the gypsy roasting too. That is obsessed. So hilarious. I felt like I'm such a weird person for just being so micro focused on this.
And I love Life After Lockup too, because it's like these are normal people and now they want to date somebody that just came out of prison. Oh, let's see how this goes. Obviously it's probably not going to go that smoothly because it's hard enough to date somebody that didn't just get out of the penitentiary or prison and now you're dating them and you think it's all going to be rainbows and butterflies. It's insane. I love it. It's like a fucking hot train wreck.
Yeah. I don't, I can't do reality TV, honestly.
Do you watch Love Island?
No.
Oh, you got to watch Love Island. It's so good.
I know a ton of dudes that are into like the reality love shows, but it makes me lose faith in humanity because those people are so deeply, deeply shitty that all it takes is somebody going, here's a check, and if you like deceive all these other people and do all this wild shit, like you could win money. It's like, ooh, you're really showing your character. I don't know. It's not for me.
Aw, his morals are too good to watch the trashy reality TV.
No, not even. I have my own version of garbage that I watch. It just might not be the same thing. We love it. I mean, as much as there are so many people on the internet that. Because I'll like talk a little bit of shit. Are you somebody who likes to do a little internet shit talking?
I love talking shit, but only in like love, not out of like hate and like, you know, want to like kill people.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I feel like there really is a line.
What do you like
also,
to talk shit?
Like some people really think that they can burn you in a certain way and they don't like getting into a little verbal jousting. Where the fuck was I going with that?
Verbal jousting.
But
yeah, talking shit is cool for fun.
Yeah. I try not to take it too far. I got into it on the internet recently, and because of Instagram's like terms of service and stuff, you really gotta be crafty to not get something banned or taken down. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of things that you can't say even when you want to be like, fuck you motherfucker. They'll be like, immediately they'll get rid of it. So you gotta like find ways around that to insult people without getting it taken down.
So you're not fighting trolls, you're trolling. You are trolling.
Okay, so for a little context, the post said, and it was a meme, and I thought it was funny.
Okay.
And I knew that I knew going into this situation that I was going to get shit on But also, I'm up for a challenge, and I love doing battle on the internet in the comments section. So I was like, fuck it, here we go.
Nice.
It was a meme that was like, so many men are sitting at home doing podcasts these days. Women have had to join the workforce and become mechanics and construction workers and all this shit.
Ooh.
So I was like...
That's a low blow.
I mean, not really. I feel like it was funny because I am a living example of the fucking meme. But I leaned into it. So I just was like, because I work in construction and I'm not shitting on women. Okay. I just want to say that before I say something that sounds like I'm shitting on women, because I have worked with many women in the trades that are badass. They're great workers. They can work circles around men. They do exist. Unfortunately, they're in the minority. We have a lot of women that make the superior women who actually want to become tradesmen and shit look bad because they're looking for a husband. We make pretty good money, so they're looking for like a steady gig, so they'll become like a safety lead, which is an unimportant job, an annoying job.
So what did you say online?
So I said most of these women are looking for a husband or to become a safety lead. I knew people were going to lose
They
their
came
shit.
for you, huh?
There's hundreds of comments on it, and they're shitting on me. They call me a fat piece of shit, all kinds of, but I get in there and...
Do you love it? Do you love it when they come for you? Are you like, yeah,
that sounds
come for
dirty
me.
as fuck.
Come for me.
Yeah.
Do you love it?
You
do. I can tell you
not
do.
in that sense, but yes, because it's funny, because my shit... Now, there's a lot of stuff that I don't put out on the internet, but if you go on there and like listen to some things and watch some videos, like you can kind of get an idea of what I'm about, and they try to like hurt my feelings.
Are you on like Reddit and stuff? How far are you taking this?
No. I hate social media. I don't know how you feel about it. I don't like it. I do not enjoy it. I do it strictly because of the podcast.
I was going to say, please at least post the podcast.
Yeah. That's the only reason I do it is because of the podcast.
Well, thank you for being here for us, just for this podcast. It's very nice to be here.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I've talked about it.
I know social media can be rough. It's like a whole nother world now. There's different levels and tiers and involvement, and then there becomes obsessions, and then people filtering, and you know, it's just like a big blurred line, you know, like Robin Thicke. Remember that music video? Yeah. Blurred lines. You know you want it. And then it's a guy on the other side. I know you got it. And then on the picture, she's like, you know you want it. Everybody's just
I'm going to title this episode Karaoke with Jodi K, because like...
Am I hitting the notes though? Robin Thicke's the shit. I like swaggy white guys. And when I say white guys, I mean the one that I have. But that is kind of like...
He's a swaggy white
like
guy.
They're
Shout out
they
to
don't...
your husband, whose name I do not know, and we are not going to tell you for security reasons. Swaggy white guy.
That's a thing. Go. It's a thing. It's a thing.
But
anyways, yes, social media is vicious. People say and do evil things.
But it's the world we live in. Yeah. Like, people get so upset, and I'm like, the internet's a shitty place. It's a place where, which we're going to be seeing a lot of that recently coming up with this election that we have coming up, is you see the
it's a whole nother story.
Oh, yeah. You see the basest form of people, because, like, when they're a part of a mob and they have a bunch of people to shake their fist with, they're just going to say horrible shit, where, like, in person or out in the real world, they act much differently. Like the internet is like a little hiding place for you to be a shitty person. So yeah, I try not to be. Typically.
Catfish. It's a real thing. I used to love that show too. Like, just because it's so true. And like, I know people that have been catfished and really close to me, and like, you know, they scam them and it's not them. And I mean, I haven't been catfished, but it's fucked up when people play you like that.
Oh, it's insane. And it's so, I mean, if scams and Nigerian princes and all of these things weren't so fucking ubiquitous in society now, you would be likely to fall for some of this, because they really deep dive. So I filed for a trademark for the podcast because I'm thorough.
Oh, okay. Way to be diligent, Kyle. That's hot.
I mean, there's people that are trying to steal your shit, so you gotta kind of do what you can to protect it. But
yeah, when you're getting letters from princes in Kenya and Nigeria, and all you have to do is send over your social security number and the last 4 digits of your checking account.
Please send me $5,000 in untraceable Visa gift cards.
Red flag. Red flag on the field. It's like, I don't know how people don't see this, but it does happen.
I can't remember his name. He's like a comedian. I think his name's Red. He opened for Cat Williams, but he used to have this thing where he would say, blow your whistle and throw your flag. That shit is hilarious.
Yes. Right.
That shit is bullshit.
Flag on the field.
I got scammed for a puppy one time. I don't know about romance scammed, but I have been scammed, and it was fucking heartbreaking.
Did a lady steal your puppy?
No.
A guy?
I don't know. This was an androgynous human being, possibly AI, just fucking robbing me for the future Terminator war that we're going to get into. But I got scammed. I should have known it wasn't real because the price of the dog, because it was a wiener dog, and it was like a cool looking one.
And were you purchasing the dog, or did you own it and then they stole it?
Dog. No, I was buying the dog.
Aww.
So the dog probably wasn't even fucking real. It was like, yeah.
You never really saw the dog? You didn't see... Kyle, what did they FaceTime you pictures of the dog, or was it just pictures?
It was a fucking super elaborate scam.
I'm
telling you.
On Craigslist? Was it on Backpage?
No.
Was it on Grindr?
It definitely wasn't on Streams East.
How much did you fork over for the
$1,000? I lost $1,000. So
sorry.
That was a bummer.
Yeah,
I should have known. You don't get a fucking dog. I mean, if you do, do it. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That put me into a fucking depression. I turned into a depressed fucking wine mom for like 3 days after that. I was like, life is terrible. I've been scammed.
Yeah. Don't
get
scammed.
For a puppy, a tiny little baby dog. Those motherfuckers.
Don't get scammed on the internet. Don't give people money that you haven't met. You know, just red flag. Again.
Lesson learned. Lesson learned.
Flag on that field.
That was fucking depressing. That was terrible.
Okay. Well, let's lighten it up a little. There's a lot of positivity out there.
Oh, I was gonna go in like a totally like darker depression because I watched a movie.
You want to go deeper into the darkness? Let's go.
Let's dive into it.
Let's
go.
I
watched a movie. This shit. How often would you say like you watch stuff on like Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime? I watch a lot of TV. I'm a homebody. I podcast. I watch TV.
Ever so often.
Okay.
What were you watching?
So there was this movie that I had never seen that had Samuel L. Jackson in it. Shout out to Samuel L. Jackson, dude.
Oh, he's the best. He's been in so many movies. He's amazing.
He should be able to trademark the word motherfucker. All right. Anyways, there was a movie that I had never seen him in, and it was called Unthinkable. And basically, I'm going to spoil the whole movie. It's very dark and depressing, but
I can't wait to watch it. Now we're talking.
At your own risk if you really want to. But this guy who is an American man, he's white, converts to Islam, somehow acquires nuclear materials, builds 3 bombs, and puts them in 3 major cities, and then essentially like confesses and gives himself up, and is like, in 2 days, these nuclear bombs are going to explode.
Wow. That's intense.
Samuel L. Jackson is like some like deep state CIA mercenary / interrogator, the scary kind of interrogator, the kind of interrogator that will pull your fingernails out.
That's the kind that I aspire to be. I want to be that interrogator, female version.
You should have gotten enlisted down at Guantanamo Bay.
I love getting the truth out of people. I'm really good at it. I will pull that shit out of you. I
feel like I know what the answer to the question I'm going to ask you is going to be then, but it's wild. So like essentially Samuel L. Jackson is putting the screws to this motherfucker to find out where these bombs are.
Okay.
At a certain point, they bring the guy's wife in and they bring the guy's kids in. The kids don't die, so I will spoil that because I had a puckered asshole because it was like one of those B movies that wasn't in theaters, and they do some crazy shit in those movies.
Right, but let the women and children go. That's good.
The wife died. Okay, spoiler number 2. Sorry, but at least the kids didn't get killed. But it was rough. So like essentially, he was using them as a tool,
right,
to find out what was going on. But like, whew.
Unthinkable. That's what it sounds like, and that's what it's called.
And you apparently would be the Samuel L. Jackson character in that.
I would love that. Like, my ideal roles are either like super funny, like hot, funny, cool chick like Cameron Diaz, like There's Something About Mary type stuff.
Yeah.
Kristen Wiig, Bridesmaids, that type stuff.
Love Kristen Wiig.
Or fucking kicking ass, like fucking Angelina Jolie, like some fucking Laura Croft, Mr. and Mrs. Smith shit. Fucking Samuel L. Jackson clawing people's eyes out and getting the truth out of them. I mean, I might need a double for all the flips and, you know, jumping off the buildings.
Of course,
and stuff.
yeah.
However, that's where I'm going. And stand-up comedy is just kind of an avenue to get there, you know? And I am working on a lot of different things. I know I'm kind of all over the place right now, but I'm here in Vegas physically. But in my career, I'm doing stand-up comedy. I'm actually working on something really exciting right now. And I haven't really spoken about it much.
Can we speak
Absolutely.
about it? All right.
Absolutely. So with the elections coming up and stuff, I actually work with some comedians in the industry that do impersonations and such. One of my very dear friends is a Barack Obama impersonator, and he's kind of made a whole career out of it, which is amazing. I've known him for a long time.
Okay. So tell us about the project.
All right. So
No teases. Give us the whole thing.
I've been doing a lot of different things. I haven't really spoken about it yet, but working with a comedian named Reggie Brown, and he's a dear friend of mine, but he's making his way doing impersonations of Obama, and he's been doing it for quite a while now, but he's worked with a lot of big comedians and done great things all over the country, and he did a lot of work with Bob Saget before he passed away. So
shout out to Bob Saget, R.I.P. Bob Saget.
Yeah.
You'll have to give me his social media, and I'll put it up right here so people can check him out.
Yeah, Reggie Brown, but he does Obama. He's worked with people like Lil Nas and, you know, a bunch of cameos. He does that professionally, and they thought maybe now's a good time to introduce Kamala to the game. So lately I've been working on Becoming Kamala.
Oh, so we're doing a little political parody. I love that.
Yeah. And I think I kind of look like her, and I think she's so easy to kind of just tease and have fun with, not in a malicious political way, but it's just really fun.
Yeah, just more for fun. Are we doing Kamala in braids, or are you going to hit us with like a little wig action? Like, what are we doing?
Well, we haven't fully revealed the character yet, but she's just hilarious.
Okay, so right now I'm going to put you on the spot. Give us a little, right into that camera. Give us a little taste. Hit us with the Kamala.
Sure. So, all right, guys. Just for one moment, I want you guys to imagine a world where we can focus on what can be, unburdened by what has been. You hear what I'm saying, Kyle?
I do.
We can focus on what can be, unburdened by what has been.
I love the hand gestures. That's like key to being a top tier politician.
Just think about it. Focus on what can be, unburdened what has been. Focus on what can be, unburdened by what has been. Kamala for president.
I don't watch the news. I've mentioned this multiple times. I don't vote. I'm sorry, Kamala. You will not be getting my vote, and neither will Donald.
Quite all right.
But I don't really watch. I have noticed that she is very expressive with the hands, and also the other thing is, like, I've seen she kind of hits like a different accent depending on which demo she's working with for that day for the town hall. I'm like,
she's like a chameleon. She just tries to blend into wherever she goes. But it is just
people hate on that shit, but that's like politics. Like that's like 101.
Yeah, we're not going to get deep into the politics, but it's been really fun just kind of joking around, listening to what she's saying, and really just imitating her idiosyncrasies and becoming her. So y'all will see a lot more of that very soon. And my friend right now, he's actually at the Democratic National Convention doing Obama appearances.
Oh, really? In character? Hell yeah, that's funny.
Although they had to call him off a day because Obama was actually there.
Actual Obama was there. No.
Yeah. We're rubbing shoulders with the big boys, and I can't wait to start working with them. And the group that they're working with is just incredible talent, incredible people, and Sebastian Maniscalco's opening things for them and such. Yeah. So I'm really trying to just put myself out there and grow and develop my own character and other characters as I do the comedy. So it's been fun working with different people. Everybody kind of has like a different comedy style, a different comedy genre. Obviously, there's so many different shows out here in Vegas, but it's really cool because, like, for example, way back in the day, I got to work with Chelsea Handler. Now look at Chelsea. You know, I see people out here doing shows. I used to go watch Dane Cook back in the day when he was like acting and kind of smaller.
Shit. I have
now look at Dane.
I have an interesting feelings about Dane Cook, but that's neither here nor there. Whatever.
Yeah, it's just really fun watching people grow, and then local talent. I see so many people out here doing big things. You know, it makes me really excited.
Agreed. I've said it multiple times, but I feel like this scene is kind of in a very early stage, and it's just growing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's exciting to see where that goes. Okay, so other than that, which I will post on the socials when you start doing your skits for that, or if you have any videos, give me those links. What other plugs do we have? Do we have any shows coming up?
I don't have any shows coming up right now. I'm becoming Kamala. That's kind of a big thing. You guys will be seeing a lot more of that.
You should make a documentary, Becoming Kamala.
Yeah, it's been a blast. I did just do a show with Mistress K Comedy. It was great working with her. I look forward to working with more people out here. Can I give a shout out to some people that I just really think are awesome doing big things? I love Skills Hudson at the Jimmy Kimmel Comedy Club. Yeah.
Shout out to Skills.
Yep. Jake Wolf, Josh Wolf. I think they're awesome.
Jake Wolf has been on the pod. Shout out to Jake Wolf, and obviously Josh Wolf is.
Yep. Want to say thank you
Big
to
Dick of comedy. He's very good.
Big Dick Energy. I got jokes about that too, because I got BTE, which is Big Titty Energy. So I respect the BDs out there, BDEs. Kay Banks, I love working with her. She's really coming up in the last year.
She was the first comedian guest that we had on the show, so absolutely
really?
Shout out to Kay Banks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Haley Brooks is really cool. She's
also
coming up.
been on the pod. Absolutely. Shout
I love
out
all
Brooks.
the stuff that she does with Kitty, the little Howley Hawaiian combo. I love the females in comedy. Esther Steinberg's one of my faves. And she's Jewish, and
hoping to get her on the pod. I did DM you, Esther.
Yeah.
So
hi, Esther. And then just like my trues though, it's like I love Sebastian Maniscalco. I'm Hawaiian Italian, so like everything he says just hits home with me. And my blood is Jewish, so it's like a Jewish Italian Hawaiian.
That's quite
thing.
the mix. My sister loves Sebastian Maniscalco too. He's helpful.
I love him. I absolutely love him. So I don't know. These are just my people that I'm like aspiring to rub shoulders with. I love Joe Coy. I think he's amazing, and I'm just looking forward to, you know, growing more out here. There's shows that I would love to hit up, but being at Wise Guys and Queens, and hopefully hitting up Oyo soon. John, if you're out there watching, aloha. I think I saw Tricks on here the other day. He does the hilarious 7 at 7. So that looks like a really cool show. Yeah. So I'm open, but
Booker.
Yep, I'm here. I'm here in Vegas. I'm here to stay. I'm here strictly for the comedy too. So.
All right. I love it. All about the business. Well, make sure you check out Jodi's socials. I'll put them right here. You have any shows like before the episode coming up? I'll post those too. Check her out. And yeah, we'll see where you go. I'm excited for it too. I'm looking forward to the Kamala big time.
Thank you. Mahalo. Thank you for having me on here, and I will see you guys very soon. Aloha.
We'll see you on the next one. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Naturals Pod. Please remember to follow us on your Twitter and Instagram accounts at the Naturals Pod. Do you have what it takes to join the Natty Nation? Like and subscribe to find out.